So now we will move on to the next presentation, which is the last one for today, from Miss Jelena Bleiziffer, and then we will have the concluding remarks. So, Miss Jelena, are you online?
Yes, I am. I hope you can hear me.
Hello, welcome. We can hear you crystal clear.
That's great. And I do hope you can see my slides as well.
We can see your slides as well.
That's great. So this presentation is actually to present or to communicate the Restore scientific output. So briefly what was done over the past 4 years and how we communicated to interested parties, participants, but also other people who might be interested in this work. So much of the work on communicating the Restore scientific output is coordinated, but also in a very, very large portion done by Daniel Friedrich, who is Restore Scientific Communication Manager. But unfortunately, he couldn't be participating to this particular event today in Athens. So I will be presenting this topic as a communication team member. So the content of the presentation, very, very briefly, just a few facts and facts about the Restore action, followed by a list of activities, most important activities that were done over the past 4 years. And then I will move to the dissemination or the outputs that we had, which are available, which are still in planning, and then finish the presentation with what we still plan to do once the Restore action ends, and some of the ideas how we see that the Restore philosophy can be turned into practice. Of course, ending with some details on how you can stay connected with Restore. So very briefly, facts and figures. This is a very, very large action with 150 members from 50 countries, both from academia and industry, with a large number of competence fields, 36 competence fields of all the participants that are contributing to this action. So it's a very, very good environment for the holistic approach, for discussion among different professions, among different aspects of all the things that actually make this action. So our main tool for the dissemination and for informing other people of the activities is our website, Cost Restore website, and it includes all the information of the activities continuously updated on what was done over the past 4 years. The work itself, the research work, was done by 5 working groups. Through these working groups, there was further education through 5 academic training schools. So within each of the 5 working groups, there was one training school. For the industrials, there was an industry workshop. Then there were scientific missions through which different universities were interconnected and their research was connected. Then another activity of the Restore was funding of conference participation through ITC and funding of journal publications. An important initiative in Restore, due to its topic, due to its aim actually, was the carbon offsetting of all travels. And all in all, to perform all this work, there was a large number of meetings, all in all 5 management committee meetings, 50 core group meetings, and really countless subgroup meetings. Some of them physically towards the end of the action, of course, most of them online. What I would like to emphasize is the outputs that we have, and on our website you can find it under the deliverables. The most important deliverables are actually the final booklet of each and every working group. So the one of the working group 1 which dealt with the restorative sustainability, was published in 2018, over 100 pages, and giving a really good input for further working groups as well. It was followed by the booklet for the working group 2 on restorative design. This is a very, very useful and very really nice book with over 400 pages. The output of the working group 3 was summarized in its booklet, published also in 2019. Then for the working group 4 on rethinking technology, the book was published last year, 2020. And the last, of course not least, the working group was working group 5 on scale jumping, with its and it is also preparing the final booklet. The entire research work, although it is divided in individual booklets, should be summarized together. Well, it's not really a summary, but it should be interconnected in the final book, with over 300 pages, 22 chapters, 37 authors, all in all, from 20 countries. So the work on it is nearing finish, and I urge you to follow our website or other communication channels that we have, so to keep in touch how we progress and when it will be finally published. Another output that we have from the Restore Action, actually from its working group 4, you can find also in the deliverables on the website under the tools. It is called the Atlas of Solutions. As I said, it is an output from the working group 4. So it's an interactive tool where you can find 36 case studies. These case studies are focusing on the technologies improving indoor environment quality. So with the structured approach on how to systemize technologies, so you can see some of the practices that we selected as case studies from all over the world. For the news, in terms of communication of the Restore Action, there is a newsletter collection. The newsletter is released monthly, so there is over 40 copies of it published so far. Generally, in the newsletter, we give a review of finalist Restore activities. We disseminate, we also list disseminations that are knowledge restore. We also inform those interested on the management decisions that were reached. But also, in addition to just reviewing, we are also announcing further planned restore activities. We are announcing paper calls and journals which are related to the topic, also for congresses, member nominations if there are such, and so on. So all the news is monthly summarized in those newsletters, which are distributed to all the participants and everyone who has subscribed on the website to get the newsletter. What is still in planning? One publication, the book called Restory, which should present how the cost action is managed as a project. So how to manage such a project with so many members and coming from different professions. So all in all, it would include the project presentation, chronological overview of its activities, and finish with the lessons learned from the action itself. Another initiative is called Restore 2030, a city following Restore philosophy, where the idea is to apply regenerative knowledge, apply tools and outcomes of this action. So to have a package with training and workshop guidance material in order to support schools, academia, and practice. So those are the two things that are currently worked on. All the deliverables you can find on site. All these outputs are freely available for use. So online books, graphics that is available, videos, presentations. And for academia, it might be important that most of those documents are scientifically citable. Even though we are coming to the end of the restore action, we still plan to restore website, keep alive, to update it in future as well. We're posting on its landing page, where you can find actually all the information, and then links that guide you where you can find more details. Also with a list of papers that acknowledges restore action, announcing Congress that might be of interest, but also with notifications of future planned joint research projects. Towards the end of this presentation, some of the proposals for practical applications, so how to turn into practice the restore philosophy. For example, students can conduct technology assessments from the Atlas of Solutions, those case studies that I have mentioned. Lecturers can create their course script with contents from the booklets of the 5 working groups. The Restore final book, which is about to be finished, can be an inspiration for industrial managers to reorient their business. Project managers can take into account the experiences from the Restore book when planning their activities. So the book that outlines the entire project and how it was managed and coordinated. Universities can expand their teaching concepts using some of the elements of the booklet, or the VG5 booklet. Public authorities, politicians, and humanists can draw inspiration from the restored 2030 book, of course, once it is finished. So this was just a brief presentation of all the dissemination activities. I invite you to stay connected with Restore. You can either contact through the email, or you can follow on Facebook, on Twitter, on ResearchGate. All the links, of course, are available at the website. As I said, this is the hub for everything, for all the other channels. So with this, I would like to end, and I thank you for your attention.
Hello, Elena.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So, concluding remarks. I don't know how you found the day, being a Restore speaker as well. Any feedback that you could have that you could give us from this day? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you for a moment. Could you repeat?
Yes, I was saying that thank you very much for your presentation today. It was very informative. While we're waiting to see if there are any questions on your topic of discussion, I would like to ask you, in terms how you, since we're closing, since we're summarizing the day, how did you find it? And since you're a Restore member and a Restore researcher, how you find the whole process and the whole day, to sum up, if possible.
I think it was a very, very good event, a very useful event as a platform to further disseminate what has been done, but also to discuss how we can progress further. I myself was a member of 2 working groups, and for me, if I can say some experience of working within the Restore, it was a really, really excellent opportunity to work not just with my profession. I'm a civil engineer, but also to have much broader view, and to compare how we can somehow join all those different views and find the best solution. And I really think that this series of red events, as we are coming towards the end of the Restore action, is another very, very good opportunity to discuss, because there are lots of points that need to be still discussed. So I really do hope we continue it further. But congratulations to you for the entire organization, both for the presentations. So thanks also to to all the presenters, but also for the very interesting panel that you had.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Elena. We don't, since we don't have any questions, we will carry on with concluding remarks on the day, but I think you have summarized everything beautifully. Closing this day, we're very grateful and happy that we were part of the READY events. Cost Restore has been an excellent collaborative approach of more than 150 researchers across 40 European countries. All the publications are available for free in the EURestore.eu website, if I'm not mistaken. Also there's a book coming up this or next month, summarizing all of the findings from Restore, and you can register on the website and have this book. I think it's an excellent resource to have on everybody's library. From this day and from the local speakers, I think is evident in terms of the Restore targets and the local needs that we have here in Greece, that we need a more flexible regulation, and we need a collaborative approach between different professions. And it is evident that we need to push the sustainability agenda and the regenerative buildings. As there is a greater demand, the academia have shown the way, researchers have shown the way. Professionals want to adopt these kind of designs and approaches, but they don't have the framework to do so. So we need a joint thinking and collaborative approach to do so. Once again, thank you. I would like to thank Cost Restore, Action, Cost, ACG for hosting us here. All the Restore presenters that they have devoted time to share their intel with us, but also the local supporters for this event, such as XYZ, Daskalakis and Associate, Net Zero, the Greek Collaborative of ILFI, and INZEB, from INZEB as well. So please be in touch. We hope that we'll have many more events like this in the future, and we can carry on the discussion. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this event.